Welcome to News OK. I am Jacob Unruh here with the Varsity Sports Update. For our Super 5 and Little All City girls basketball team, I am joined by Christian Heritage coach Lisa Littlejim, our Super 5 and Little All City girls basketball coach of the year. Lisa, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
You had quite the run. It's the good place to start. You go into the state tournament unranked. You beat number 1, number 2, and number 3 to win the Class 2A title. Have you had time to reflect on that now?
A little bit. Of course, going into it, it's just one game at a time. But since then, I've gone back and done some just some stats and things like that, and really looking at maybe a more specific breakdown of the games and the teams that we played from the stat standpoint is very encouraging from this angle.
Is there something that stands out to you about those stats?
Just the points that the teams that we were playing, the points that they were averaging before most of their season, and I guess defensively what we had to do or needed to do in order to really just even compete with them, I think was pretty impressive.
You mentioned the defense. Olivia mentioned how you guys kind of tightened that up after the Christmas break. What did you adjust?
Well, we had to commit to getting better defensively. We were very, very poor. You mentioned the unranked. We didn't deserve to be ranked. 4-4. We just weren't playing very good basketball, and it was an eye-opener, and we just got down to basics. And just, I think the way the girls responded to my intensity on we've got to get better defensively was really the key, and I think that even played a part in us being better offensively, more disciplined offensively.
Getting that team so fired up and buying into that, was it just part of the growing pains to start with, being that you had 3 freshmen in your starting lineup and a sophomore? Was that just growing pains or what?
Maybe so. I think we had never played together. I mean, these girls had never played together in this light. It's a different style of ball, I think, than some of them are used to. But the key was that they did buy in, and their competitiveness is just remarkable. I think that had a big key to it too. They wanted to win. We wanted to win ball games, and when you spell it out, this is what we need to do to get there, they were more than eager to do that.
You've coached for a while. Did you have to change your approach at all with such a young group?
Yes. Well, I really think God's been changing me over the last couple of years, preparing me for this young group. I have learned how to handle the younger players and really be a little more gentle with them. But again, I think that's my growing pains, and I'm grateful for just still being able to be changed and molded myself.
I have to ask too, Olivia Curtis is on this team. I mentioned her a second ago. What did you think of the season she had being a sophomore? She splits time between volleyball, basketball, and now tennis. What did you think of the season she had overall?
I think Olivia is a remarkable athlete, and by her being so competitive, she does enjoy playing literally everything, and she's pretty good at everything. She was definitely one of our captains and a very instrumental part of our leadership on the floor. When we needed a lift verbally, she was the one to give it on the floor. Very, very talented. I think she can pretty much write her own story in terms of what she'd like to do after high school with volleyball, basketball. Of course, I'd like to see her go basketball, but yeah. Whatever her plans are, we will certainly support and encourage her. But she was very vital in our success.
I asked Olivia this too. I'm going to ask you. I know you're a coach, so you may not buy into it, but is there any talk of a dynasty now? You don't have any seniors on this team. So you're pretty young moving forward.
Well, I'll stay away from that. Even in the heart of the season, my approach is always game to game. Should we get better? We should be better. We should be better than we were this year. And whatever that lends toward, I've got to remember too that every other team in Class 2A is going to be better. So we'll take it one practice at a time, one game at a time. But I think our ceiling is, I think going into the next season, we'll see that our ceiling is a little higher than maybe what we approached it with this year.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
And stick with newsok.com to get the best high school coverage in the state.